We have a very inspirational story for you right now. You might remember a few years ago we introduced you to a curling Paralympian from Hebron.
So a bad decision to drink and drive changed his life in an instant, but he picked himself up after tragedy, and now he's written a new book to help people through their own challenges.
Melissa Cole met up with him at the Norfolk Curling Club. Take a look.
It takes a lot of concentration, precision, and strength to be a successful curler. Steve Emt should know he's heading to his second Paralympic Games.
So Steve, I can't believe it's been 4 years since we last met.
Yep.
And you've been to an Olympics since then, and you're going back again.
Amazing times. I had a great time in Pyeongchang, South Korea, and last 4 years have, been ups and downs for a lot of people, but a lot of training, a lot of hard work, and made a team again. So yeah, I'm excited to head out in a few weeks to Beijing and represent the country again.
In fact, Steve is the only returning member on this year's USA curling team. His "I got this" mantra is what Steve repeats every time he throws a stone. And it's also his mantra for life these days. But it wasn't always that way.
March 24th of 1995, 25 years old, I made a terrible decision to get behind the wheel of my brand new truck after I've been drinking a few hours with my buddies, and passed out behind the wheel. Driving about 85 miles an hour, I was told, and my truck went off the right side of the road and hit a ditch and cartwheeled and rolled and flipped 75 yards down the road. I woke from my coma and realized, I was told at 25 years old that, you know what, Steve, you've been in a bad automobile accident, you're never going to walk again. What do you do there? Wait a minute, I'm Steve Emt. I'm the greatest athlete my high school has ever seen. I went to West Point. I'm the West Point cadet. I played basketball at the University of Connecticut. For Coach Calhoun, and now you're telling me I'm never going to walk again.
The days and weeks to follow, Steve found himself in a really dark place.
I allowed the thoughts, and the key word here is allowed. I allowed all these negative thoughts to come to my mind. Who's going to take care of me for the rest of my life? Who am I going to be a burden on? Maybe this world's a better place without me in it. And it was awful. But then something amazing happened. I healed up, and they put me in a swimming pool. And as I was in there, I had a life jacket on, and as I'm floating around my swimming pool, my rehab facility, I had the aha moment. I have to change my thinking.
And so he did. Steve started living again. And when curling came into his life, he embraced it and fell in love with the sport. He trains hard here at the Norfolk Curling Club and continuously improves. Steve is an 8-time national champion and a 2-time Paralympian. But his latest title is author.
It's something I've always wanted to do. Never had the time. Okay, I need time to do this. As any author out there knows, we need time. COVID hits, we got time.
The book is called You Decide, a 6-step action plan to becoming the hero of your own life. The first half is Steve's story, and the second half is a self-help guide.
There's actually 6 steps that I talk about in here that I use many times in my life to make important decisions. I'm trying to get people to look inside themselves, because we all have it inside of us. We're all capable of doing great things. Everything I did in my life, all the successes were because of me. And all the failures were because of me. And we got to take responsibility for that. Growing up, Larry Bird was my hero. All right, Boston Celtics, I bleed Celtic green. But when I was 25 years old and I had my accident and I woke up and I was told I was never going to walk again, Larry Bird wasn't going to help me through that. The doctors, the nurses, the therapists, who incredible they are, they weren't going to do it for me. I had to do it myself.
Steve shares his message in presentations all over the country and has become a role model for kids himself. And though the curling team didn't bring home any medals 4 years ago, they say, get ready. 2022 is their year.
Now the sky's the limit. We set the bar high. We are expecting, we don't hope to win games anymore. We go into every game expecting to win. So we are expecting to bring home a medal.
Well, we'll be watching and we'll be rooting you on.
Thank you very much. I appreciate all the support.
Wow, that's quite a story.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about, and I love that he's sharing his tips, because you can read a story like that and say, well, if he could do it, I mean, I got to do half of those steps.
Yep.
So you can find Steve's book on Amazon.
Again, it's called You Decide, a 6-step action plan to becoming the hero of your own life.
Still ahead. Well, the weather's not nice outside, so how about stay in and stream a show?
Josh McBride has some great ones for us next. Stay with us.